Hello and welcome to Just Ride Bikes. David here with the very new Continental GP5000 Tubeless tyres that have launched today. Now, if you watched Paris-Roubaix yesterday, very exciting, very dramatic race. The winner of the men's race, Sonny Colbrelli, was actually using these tyres. And in fact, quite a few teams use these tyres, as we saw a lot of teams switch from their old-fashioned tubular tyres to these new tubular tyres. And lots of other manufacturers also had tubular tyres on show, Pirelli and Goodyear. But these are the tyres that won Paris-Roubaix yesterday, and today they finally launched. The tyres were also ridden by Filippo Ganna to the World Time Trial victory in September last month, so pretty good debut for the brand new tyres. So in this video, we'll go through the details, put them on the scales, see how easy they are to fit, and then in about a week's time, once I've done some riding on them, I'll give you my first ride impressions. So let's dive in. Straight off the top then, these brand new tyres are claimed to be faster, lighter, tougher and easier to fit than the previous GP5000 TL tyres. Now the GP5000 launched and replaced the old GP4000 back in 2019, I think. I was actually at the launch in Tenerife where I rode the new tyres, the clincher and the tubular tyres for the first time. And a really big day for Continental launching a tubular tyre, because it's fair to say Conti are one of the favourite tyres with many of you viewers watching this video right now. And tubeless, as many of us know, is a big emerging trend, although not everybody is on board. But the big downside to the old tyres is they weren't compatible with hookless rims, which many manufacturers are now adopting and embracing, like Zip, NB, Hunt and many others. So tyre and wheel technology has changed a hell of a lot in the last few years, and tubeless has been an emerging technology, and as most of you will know, I'm a fan of tubeless for the benefits it brings in terms of the main one being puncture protection, so less chance or less risk of a puncture, especially when you're riding in gritty weather when it's cold and freezing wet. But compatibility between certain tyres and wheels has been a nightmare, it's fair to say. Some work like a dream and some just don't want to play at all. And I've had my fair share of bad experiences, and I'm sure you've had some bad experiences as well. And the problem is those bad experiences can put people off the whole technology and push them back to the team tube inside camp. Personally, I've persevered because the benefits of tubeless have far outweighed those downsides. But now we're at a really exciting place in tubular technology, and that is the latest standards, especially from the ETRTO, the European governing body for all tyre technology, both here in the cycling world and also cars and other automobiles. And the latest standards also embrace hookless and tubeless, and with tyre and wheel manufacturers both designing products to these latest ETRTO standards, we're now at a place, finally, long overdue, it has to be said, where tyres and wheels work together really well. And my experience with the latest hookless rims and the latest hookless tyres is that they work really well. As this video shows, they go up with a track pump, no issues at all, and I've had a really good experience using the latest tyres from Goodyear, Pirelli, Michelin, designed to the latest standards, and wheels like those from Zip and NB and others that just work really well and are a great advert for tubeless with none of the downsides of the past. Anyway, going off on a bit of a tangent there, so let's get back on track with the tyres and what's new and what they've changed. Now, one of the big changes, big improvements, is the weight savings on the tyres. Now, the previous tyre in the 28 on my scales, when I reviewed them, weighed 325 grams. These are 271 grams on my scales, so a whopping weight saving. And you actually feel it in the carcass of the tyre, they feel a bit thinner than the old tyres, so a big weight saving. You're looking at over 100 grams for the whole bike, so a decent weight saving, and that should be good news to lots of people watching this. The tyres are also claimed to be 20% faster than the old tyres, with 28% more sidewall protection. Now, there's no data on that 20% speed improvement, how to improve the rolling resistance over the old tyres. Hopefully there'll be an independent test of the tyres by bicycle rolling resistance, for example, in the future, so we can see how they compare to the old tyres and other tyres in this sector. Those changes aside, it's all the same technology as the previous tyres. So the same black chili rubber compound for good grip in all conditions. We've got this same laser grip on the sides, which some say improves the aerodynamic performance, and Continental says improves cornering grip when you're really rolling over onto the shoulders of the tyres. And then we have a veteran bracket in the tyre construction for better puncture protection alongside with the sealant inside the tubeless tyres. The price is just under 80 euros a pop, so 160 euros for your whole bike, which is pricey. But as we saw with the old previous GP5000 tyres, the price gradually came down over time. I'm sure the same will happen with these, although the supply issue might put a halt to how quickly they do come down in price. And as for availability, well, I don't know at the moment, so I'll put a link down below to shops that are selling them, but hopefully they'll be in store and you'll be able to get your hands on them very soon. So those are all details on the brand new tyres. I think the next stage in the video is to fit them to some rims and see how easy they are to install compared to the old tyres, and see if they live up to the company's claims for being easy to fit. And once I've got it fitted, I'll ride them for about a week and give you a first ride impression. So plenty of reason to hit that subscribe button down below. Okay, let's go and get grubby in the workshop. Right, here we go in my garden with a set of Zip 303 S wheels to try and fit the new tyres. And the reason for using these new wheels is because I found them to work really well with the latest tyres, really easy installation. So hopefully that'll be the case here. And on standby, I have a track pump. Hopefully I can fit them with just a track pump, but I have a tubeless inflator ready to go just in case. And just in case also some tyre levers, and got my orange seal sealant for afterwards. So let's fit the tyres to the rims and see how we get on. So the first bead on nice and easily. And now a second bead. Well, that went on, no problems at all. Now usually here I just centre the tyre bead into the centre of the rim to improve our chances of a successful inflation. Right, first attempt. Go with the normal track pump. I prefer to install or inflate a tyre with a track pump if I can, normal track pump. Well, that's not working, is it? Make sure that's fully centered. And no, that's not working at all. The air's just coming out faster than they can go in. So a bit of a fail on a normal track pump there, which is disappointing, really disappointing. A good year went up straight away. Okay, that was a fail with a normal track pump. Let's try a tubeless inflator. Oh, my shoelace gone done. 1 second. Right, so I have a tubeless inflator. So this big canister here is fully charged with air. Hopefully, just get the air in fast enough to inflate. Oh. That cracking is the sound of the bead popping into the correct place in the rim. And that's just the remaining air coming out of the pump. So the cracks still make me jump, even though I'm prepared for it. So that's a new Continental GP5000 S TR installed on a Zip 303 S wheel. It went on easily, no tyre levers needed, so that's good. But sadly I couldn't inflate it with a normal track pump, which was a shame. Had to use a tubeless inflator, not the end of the world, but not quite as good as the Goodyear tyres I showed you earlier. But now I've got it fitted, I would put some sealant in, do the other tyre, put it on the bike, and go and do some riding. And I'll let you know how I get on in a future video. So report back in about a week's time to see how I got on and see what my first impressions are of the brand new tyres. In the meantime, do let me know what you think of these tyres, what you think of Conti's move to embrace hookless, and what you think of the tyres winning Paris-Roubaix yesterday. Anyway, that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all again very soon.